Good morning, everyone. It's exciting. It's a Saturday. Woohoo! Yay! Um, and of course, after a great welcome by our two colleagues, we have to say, how can we keep this all together? And I think I'm always excited about our St. Mary's logo. And all the departments, we use the same logo, then our title in the business office, campus ministry, etc. But I think that one of the great things here at St. Mary's is that as part of the Mariners community, I can share with a lot of people. So yeah, I can't just cluster with the Mariners. I have to cluster with the engineering majors and the science majors and everyone. So Casa Tuesday is open at Casa Maria every Tuesday starting August 25, and our campus in Casa Maria is by the AACC, the Academics and Convocation Center. And I call it the little house in the prairie, but yeah, we have there every Tuesday between 5 and 7. Feel welcome if you're on campus to visit with us. We receive between 50, 60 people, and yes, we do home cooking, and we have a social, and we share with everyone. So feel free, it's not just for undergrads, it's also for grads, it's also for faculty and staff. We also have faculty and staff members. There's also the Mariners residence here on campus by the cemetery. Yeah, I know the reference of the location is always like, whoa, where are you sending me, brother? I'm like, no, by the cemetery, there's the Mariners residence. And we have more than 40 Marinist religious men, brothers and priests who have been assigned to many places in the United States and beyond, Peru, Kenya, India, and a lot of places, and they have a lot of collective wisdom. They're retired, they're not as active as other brothers on campus, but it's always good to visit with them. And on Tuesdays also, at noon, you can also have a lunch. So guess what? You can have lunch and dinner on Tuesday on the Brothers. Yeah, that's not part of the presentation. But yeah, just feel free to find anyone with one of these crosses. Sometimes we wear them, sometimes we don't. Part of our charism is to dress like a decent person in the country where we are. I hope this is decent. But again, our founder, Blessed Father Chaminade, he believed that even if we take different commitments or vows, we can definitely be part of the big crowd and be supportive. And that's why this whole thing about the Marinist heritage, our St. Mary's cross, if you look at it, it's a Greek cross. It's 4 arms of equal length, and that speaks to 3 heritage that we cherish here. I mean, Western universities are modeled after some Christian foundations in the medieval times. And yes, this Greek ideal of symmetry, of proportions, of really being a well-rounded person, of being a wholesome person. So again, I echoed what Megan and Aaron said. You really have to believe it's not just about academics, it's about academics informing the whole life, and then the whole life also informing academics. So I invite you to consider that Greek model of symmetry, proportions, and also it speaks to our Christian heritage in terms of being a Catholic and Marinist liberal arts institution. Yes, we really want to promote characteristics of Marinist education, our formation in faith, quality education, but also educate in a family spirit. You're going to see that a lot. And educate for service, justice, and peace, and adaptation and change. So again, those are 5 characteristics of Marinist educations. You can find in our universities and community of schools around the world in more than 30 countries. And it's exciting, it's exciting. But this cross also speaks to this local identity, to where we are. We're grounded in San Antonio. So you can see the outer shape of the cross being part of the cross that you can see in the Alamo on some of the old Spanish missions. So we're grounded in reality. It's not just about being, just looking up to heaven. Like, if you see this cross, the top part is pointing up to heaven, and we're like, oh yeah, our journey ends with God. But then also, we try to be grounded in reality. So that the bottom arm is actually pointed, saying like, you have to be grounded in the reality you see. If not, you cannot transform it. So in grad school, you're excited about creating new knowledge. Well, new knowledge to transform our reality and keep it what it should become, what it should be. But we do this in a family spirit. So you see 2 arms of the cross embracing the whole world and open to new experiences, okay? So really be open to the newness, to new relationships, new knowledge, but also new experiences that you can create, not just receive, but create, and we can together journey. And then finally, we have to look at the different lines. You have outer lines, inner lines. Any university needs its inner space to conduct its own business, but the outer line reminds us we are also for the rest of the community. So it's not just our little bubble, it's we are grounded in this country, we're grounded in this culture, we're grounded in this society, and we want to transform here and there. And then around the world, again, the 4 arms, we're open to the 4 corners of the earth. So welcome to all of you who are here. Welcome to everyone who's probably participating in this session through the World Wide Web. And we're open to everyone around here. And then one of our lines also, it's the continuous line in Roman art used to meant that a community, because these lines were in households, so those lines have no end, no beginning. It meant that the family will continue over time. That's how we see our same family here. Founded in 1852, we want to continue over time, and you're part of this huge family in St. Mary's. So be part of that. And then part of the hearts of St. Mary's. If you can see some of the knots, they form 4 hearts. We can say, well, those are the 4 main schools, you know, science and technology, business, humanities, and the School of Law. And whether you're an undergrad student or a grad student, you're part of this community. And those hearts, you cannot take one heart by itself. 4 hearts, they're kind of joined together in the inside, but then pointing outside. So again, we form ourselves as a wholesome person, but we're sent out to the world. And finally, we can say that all these hearts also speaks to different aspects that we have to grow. So again, I invite you in the Marianist tradition to really consider that the essential is the interior. That's one of the big mottos of our founder, Blessed Chaminade. And the essential is the interior. So when you see our Marianist St. Mary's cross, our university cross, feel free to say, hey, I'm keeping it together. I'm developing my equanimity. Yes, sometimes grad studies might get me kind of, I don't know. There are many words for that. But you kind of understand. It's like, oh my God. So, but that's one of the biggest challenges for any student, and even professors and staff also, how we keep it together in the face of adversity, in the face of challenge. So remember the Greek cross, and remember that we are holding together, but don't feel alone. The hearts of St. Mary's. So each one of us will be part of those hearts if we can really grow together, personal growth and community. And remember, the essential is the interior. So feel free to connect with your professors. Feel free to connect with the staff we're here for you. And thank you for being part of our St. Mary's family. Welcome.